Hi, I'm Jessica Trasper, and today I'm going to be talking about engaging students. We're going to do this through 4 methods: academic methods, behavioral methods, cognitive methods, and affective methods. These will help engage your student year long and create a better learning environment. So starting off, we're going to look at academic approaches. This includes time on tasks, credits, homework completion, engagement in the class activities. To reach academic success in your classroom, start off with asking questions that allow for multiple strategies to reach a successful outcome. This gives the students a chance to work on the critical thinking, which is so vital for the world in the market that they're heading into. So make sure that they know that there's not just one right answer, and give them chances to collaborate as a class, to bounce ideas off each other, to just really encourage deeper thinking and questioning and analytical thinkers. So another way you can do that is with KWL charts. There's so many ways you can use a KWL chart. You can have them write it on a paper. You can give them sticky notes to put on the board. But what's important to do is to work on what they want to learn or what they have learned. So what they want to know encourages them to think of questions that they haven't answered for themselves, questions that they have that will really impact their learning. What they want to know talks about what they're hoping will be sought, further down the road, and what they learned will go over. What they did learn from the activity gives them a good chance to summarize a lesson as well. So after that, we're going to go into behavioral approaches. So, as you can see in the picture, the green picture, we have a student who's falling asleep on his desk. This is not what we're shooting for with the behavioral of a classroom. Behavioral will categorize under attendance, suspensions, participation in school activities, and being on time. And I'm really going to focus on the participation in school activities. So, learn as a teacher to discern which activities truly engage your students to create a high engagement level in the classroom. This will prevent the students from sleeping and prevent them from wanting to skip and prevent them from being late, because they'll want to come and be active in the classroom and just participate in the in-school practice to build up their academic knowledge. Actively walk around as a teacher, especially with those younger kids who are learning the behaviorals. It really encourages students to stay on task just by where you position yourself in the classroom. So after that, we're going to be moving on to cognitive, which includes perceived relevance of schoolwork, personal goals and autonomy, value of learning, and success in the school. So what's really important is to be able to answer that really hard question that every kid loves to ask. Why do we need to know this? It's important to keep a high rigor and relevance into the classroom activities, every lesson, every unit, and just really make sure that you're not just teaching for the sake of teaching or to pass time or for a test, but that you're teaching to prepare them for college and careers. That's really what we're moving on to with Common Core. And I included the framework of rigor and relevance that will improve your academic expectations, your behavioral expectations too, because if you have a high rigor, they'll be on task and motivated to learn. They won't just be bored and getting in trouble. And so it also helps students stay on task when they know that there's a point to their lesson, that they're not just going through motions that will reach no goal in the end. A really cool way you can also incorporate relevance is to make connections between lessons. So when you start off a lesson, reference what you just got done learning to reboot their memory, do a little activity to warm them up about going over what they did learn, and then also at the end of the project or lesson, just talk about what you're going to be moving into next and how it connects. Make those connections between 2 different lessons, 2 different units, make those bigger connections, and refer to a bigger picture. Tell students about the bigger picture of what you're teaching. Let them know what your lesson objectives are, just to let them know that you're not just spending a day wasting just to go through the motions, but that you're preparing them for their futures. So this is our last category, and it will include identification with school, sense of belonging, and school connections. So a successful teacher in classroom will definitely have a sense of school and belonging. There'll be a feeling of safe classroom environment, and a big way you can do that is through posters and just creating a good sense of rules before it becomes a problem, just preemptively setting good ground rules so that you're not catching up and trying to solve problems that have already happened. Help students effectively engage in a classroom by setting up rules, use kind words. Here we have an example of the big 6 kind rules that they can use in a classroom, use words that compliment and help and support people, settle differences peacefully, just ways to encourage a safe learning environment, and it really encourages kids to come to school when they don't feel bullied or they feel like there's no stupid questions. Yeah, so that concludes this little presentation, and we went over academic, behavioral, and cognitive and effective learning strategies, and you put these together and it'll just help your class be more awesome.